In lecture 10, mainly we will discuss the duality theorem and why we use this duality theorem and procedure to find dual of a function and apply duality theorem to find the dual of a function and how we can find the complement of a function by using the duality theorem. Okay. These are the main points that we will discuss in lecture 10. And first we will discuss what do you mean by positive logic and negative logic. Okay. If we discuss the switching circuit or digital circuit, there are two methods to represent the zeros and one. Okay. First, we will consider one is known as a positive logic. In positive logic, the low voltage. If you take this particular example here, the 0 volt is represented, used to represent the binary 0, and the plus 5 volt is used to represent 1 volt. Or you can say that a higher voltage. For example, I can use plus 5 volt and minus 5 volt, and this plus 5 volt is used to represent logic 1, and this minus 5 volt is used to represent logic 0. This is another way. Okay. And if you take the negative logic concept, the low voltage is actually used to represent logic high, means the 0 volt is used to represent the binary value 1. Okay. And the plus 5 volt is used to represent the logic 0. Or we can take another example. If you take two values, plus 5 volt and minus 5 volt, and this plus 5 volt is used to represent the logic 0. Okay. And this minus 5 volt is used to represent the logic 1. Okay. This concept is actually known as negative logic, and the first one is known as a positive logic. And here you can see the concept. Logic 0 is represented by 0 volt, and logic 1 is represented by plus 5 volt, and higher voltage is used to represent logic 1. That is known as a positive logic. And in negative logic, higher voltage is used to represent the logic 0 value. Okay. uh, okay, here 5 plus 5 volt is used to represent 0, and 0 volt is used to represent logic 1. Okay, that is known as the negative logic. And now we'll discuss the duality theorem. Okay, duality theorem is actually used to convert from positive logic into negative logic, or the vice versa, negative logic into positive logic. And duality theorem states that the dual of a Boolean function, okay, the dual of a Boolean function, that is actually from positive logic to negative logic, we can think in that way. Boolean function is obtained by interchanging the logical AND operator with logical OR. Okay, and 0 by 1. Okay, means we need to replace this AND operation by OR operation, and all the OR operations by AND operation, and all zeros by 1 and all ones by 0. Okay, this is a way we use to convert from one logic to another logic, and this is the duality theorem. And this is a procedure actually. Okay, in the expression we need to change AND operation to or in otherwise this dot operation becomes plus, and this 1 to 0, 0 to 1, and the reverse also. Okay, if or we need to change to AND. Okay, and the plus will need to change dot operation. Okay, and this is also important when you find the dual of a function. Okay, when you find the dual of a function, we need to keep the variable as it is. So we don't want to change the literals. Okay, we need to keep it uh, the variable as it is, but we need to change AND operation by OR operation, or OR by and 1 to 0, 0 to 1. Okay, don't change the variable values. Okay, for example, we can see one example. We need to find the dual of a function a plus bc. Okay, here we know that this is a plus operation, so we need to change. We don't want to change the variables, so we'll keep a like this. Okay, then plus we need to change, so it becomes AND operation, and here you can see the b and c, so we need to keep b and c like, and here it is AND operation, so we need to convert it into OR operation. So this is the dual of a plus bc. So here you can see the result, and we'll see some more examples. We already discussed all these laws. Okay, x plus 0 is equal to x, and if you change or if you find the dual of this particular function, you can see that it becomes, this plus becomes dot. Okay, 0 to 1, but we need to keep the variable as it is. So you'll get another expression. Okay, this expression is also valid. So we can say these are dual. Okay, dual functions. And here again, x plus 1 is equal to 1. Okay, this is again a law. And if you apply duality theorem here, this plus operation becomes dot. Okay, here you can see there is a dot, and 1 to 0, 1 to 0, here 1 to 0, but we will keep x like so. You'll get another expression which is again a law. We already discussed all these laws in lecture 7. So again called as a dual of this particular function. And one way to prove this problem also, you can prove okay, these two expressions are the laws. Either you can prove the first law, and you can, by applying the duality theorem, you will get the second. So in this way also you can prove this laws. Okay, next one we can see that x plus x is equal to x. There is OR operation, so we need to convert it into AND operation. X dot x is equal to x, so we don't want to change the variable. Okay, next x plus x bar. Okay, this is actually x bar. X bar is equal to 1, and if you take the dual, it becomes x dot x bar, which is equal to 0. So because we need to change 1 to 0, again it's a dual of the function. Here you can see that as a commutative law, x plus y is equal to y plus x, and this plus we will change to dot. Okay, here also AND operation, but we'll keep the variable as it is. So this is another rule, or we can say this is a dual of the function. Okay, and now we'll discuss how we can find or how this duality theorem is useful to find the complement of the expression. In the previous case, we only find dual, and dual and complement are different. Okay, dual and complement are different. Okay, now we need to find complement of a function. How we can use this duality theorem to find the complement of expression. So here the expression is given a b bar c plus a bar b c plus a b z bar. Okay, now we need to find the complement of this particular function, means we need to find f bar. Okay, we know that by applying De Morgan's theorem, it's possible a bar bc plus a b c bar the whole bar. Okay, this is a now we can apply De Morgan's theorem, but by using duality theorem, how we can perform this. So I'll explain the procedure. First thing, we need to take the dual of the function. Okay, without changing the variable, because and we need to change or, and or to and 1 to 0, 0 to 1. Okay, after that, in the case of dual, we will not change the variable, but in the case of complement, we will perform this operation, complement each literal. Okay, so but in order to find the dual, we will stop from up to this. Okay, so we will not change the variable, but in the case of in order to find the complement, we will change each literal. So here you can see that this is the f dual of this particular function. Okay, and operation will change to or. So a plus b bar, here it is also b bar, so we'll write b bar here plus c, and this or operation becomes and, so here it is and a bar, this is and operation, so we'll convert it into or operation. Here it is or, now we'll change to and, then this is and operation, we'll convert it into or, but we'll keep the variable like this. So that is dual of the function. Now we need the complement. So in order to find the complement of a function, okay, we need the complement of function. For that, we will take the dual and we will complement the variable. Okay, that is written here. So we already got the dual of the function, and now we need to change each variable by its complement. So here it is a, so we'll change it to a bar. Here it is b bar, so we'll change it to b bar, then bar, so that is b. And here it is z, so it becomes c bar. Now we can see that it is a bar, it's a. Here it is b, it's b bar. Here it is c, it's become c bar. And a to a bar, b bar, c bar, c. So by applying duality theorem, it's very easy to find the complement of a function. We can also apply De Morgan's theorem that we explained in lecture, I think lecture 9 or something. Okay. Now we are using duality theorem to find the complement of a function. Okay. Thank you. And we'll discuss one more point is known as the self-dual function. Okay. A function is known as self-dual. If you take the dual, you will get exactly the same thing. Okay. For example, f dual is equal to f itself. Then that function is known as self-dual function. Here you can see one example. It is AB plus BC plus AC. Okay. And if you find the dual of this function, this AND operation becomes OR. This OR operation becomes and here again this AND operation becomes OR. This OR becomes and AND operation becomes OR. Okay. We got the dual. And now we can simplify this expression. For that, I can multiply this terms. So you will get, if you multiply, sorry, if you expand this bracket, you will get AB, okay, plus AC plus B into B plus BC, okay. And if you simplify this BB, you can simplify to B itself, okay. And okay, otherwise I can think in another way. If you take AC, then but if you consider this term, there is a B, here also one B, here also one B, okay. So I can write like this. If you take A here, B, okay. Keep here. We'll take B, then remaining term is A plus B. B can write B itself, okay. And after that is C, okay. If you take this B outside, okay, I'll write one more time. Well, instead of this BB, I can write B. So remaining term AC, okay, plus I can take B common, so it becomes A plus 1 plus C, okay. Remaining term is A plus C. And here you can see that if you are performing OR operation with 1, the result will be 1. So the remaining term will be AC plus B into A plus C. Okay, here it is written. Okay, after that again you can multiply this expression, and if you simplify, you will get AB, AC, BC, and AC. Okay, and if you can see that there are AC plus AC, and simplified form is AC. And if you compare this expression, it's exactly same. So after simplification, you are getting exactly the same result. So this is known as the dual of this particular function. And if you take an n variable function, the maximum possible self-dual expression is given by 2 raised to n minus 1. Okay. For if n is equal to 3, you would write like this: 2 square 3 minus 1. It is 2 square 3 minus 1 is 2. So we'll get 2 raised to 4. Okay, that is 16 self-dual functions are available in if n is equal to 3. Okay, that is self-dual function.